Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to the Facebook ad platform. We're going to cover some terms. We're going to actually hop into the ad platform and I'm going to show you around so that we can really dig in and start creating ads. So just to share a little fun fact with you all before we really dive in, I actually had the opportunity to go to the Facebook office here in Austin, Texas in March 2015. And, you know, a lot of what I learned at the office, I'm going to cover here in this lesson. So I had the chance to meet with an account rep at Facebook. You'll see him there in the orange shirt. His name is Justin. And Keith Krantz and Ralph Burns, who are also in this photo, they allowed me to tag along for this meeting. So it was really, really cool. The culture at Facebook is amazing. And, you know, the ad platform is definitely maturing and has some quirks to work out. But I definitely learned a lot, and I'm really excited to share with you guys not only what I learned at the office, but, you know, what I've learned with Facebook advertising over the past 2+ years. So why Facebook? And we covered this a little bit in the last lesson. But, you know, even if you feel like your market isn't on Facebook, please watch this entire lesson. A lot of what we're going to talk about in this lesson isn't just specific to Facebook. It definitely is applicable across different ad platforms, especially the targeting lesson, the targeting video. So please pay close attention and take notes. Also keep in mind that during this lesson, a lot of what I'm going to teach you is conceptual and will always apply to the ad platform. I will go into the platform and show you, you know, where to click in order to achieve certain tasks. But I am going to reference some material from Facebook that you can always go to, you know, make sure you stay updated with the platform and you know what buttons to press, because they're going to keep that information updated, you know, daily for you as the platform changes. And we know that it definitely does so frequently. So I'm going to teach you marketing best practices in this lesson and also reference documentation from Facebook in terms of the you know, click around and the smaller, you know, this is what to do step by step. So why Facebook? The ad platform is easy to use. It's fairly intuitive. Again, we'll definitely walk through the platform. But as a new advertiser or as a veteran advertiser, as long as you really dedicate time, you shouldn't have an issue figuring out the platform, especially with the documentation I'm going to share with you. The targeting options are insane. And, you know, there's an entire video here in this lesson about how to target and how to find your market on Facebook. But, you know, with the amount of data that Facebook has on all of us, you know, their targeting options are really insane and we can get very, very specific. Facebook also has, you know, 1.3 billion plus users. So lots of room for scale. We can reach almost anyone on this platform. So Facebook is maturing. You know, there's only been Facebook advertising for a few years now. So the platform is constantly changing. It's constantly maturing. In February 2015, Facebook announced that it had reached 2 million active advertisers, and most of the gain coming from small businesses, which is very interesting and exciting for us at Digital Marketer. So 2 million active advertisers, and that means 2 million advertisers that have, you know, actually advertised on the platform in the last 28 days. So at any given time, there are 2 million plus advertisers using this platform. So, you know, a lot of people will talk about, you know, the Facebook slap that happened in late 2014 and early this year in 2015, where a lot of advertisers were having their accounts banned and, a lot of communication. There wasn't a lot of communication between the Facebook ad platform and the end user. And what I'm telling you is, yes, that's definitely an issue, and it's scary, and it's definitely worrisome for some advertisers. But as long as we're able to give the best experience for the end user on the platform, you will be fine as an advertiser. And that's really what Facebook is looking for. And everything that we talked about in lesson 2 about how to build a relationship naturally online and how to build a relationship with prospects online using paid traffic, that is what Facebook is looking for, right? Not just taking that, big product and slamming it down the throats of cold audiences that don't know you. The way that we've talked about running traffic really goes hand in hand with the way Facebook wants you to run traffic, because they want it to be the best experience for the end user. And if you are, introducing yourself to them and warming them up and then going for the lead and then going for the sale, it's a much better experience for the end user. And it will help overcome a lot of the issues that advertisers have faced with their accounts being banned and ads rejected, etc. So, that's my goal. I'm going to show you the right way to use the Facebook ad platform so that you don't face those issues. So let's start by going over a few terms. And really, these terms are applicable in media buying in general, not necessarily just the Facebook ad platform. But in case you aren't familiar, I don't want to start spouting off terms that you don't know. So, really, when we're talking about paid advertising and online media buying, what you pay depends on who you're targeting and how many other advertisers are competing to show their ads to your audience. So, think about it like inventory and supply and demand. Well-designed ads and, compelling ads will encourage more people to take action. The more actions you get for your budget, the lower your cost per action will be. So basically what that means is the more compelling your ad is, and, the better that you place your ad in front of the right audience, right? So it's not only how compelling the ad is, it's are you putting it in front of the right people? The more people will click and the more people will actually take action. And ad platforms will reward you for this because that's what they want, right? That's how they make their money. They make their money when people actually click on your ads. So they're going to reward you when you do have well-performing ads. So the cost of your ads are really going to depend on who you're targeting, who you're competing against to show the ads. And the better your ad is and the better you are at targeting your audience and putting that message in front of the right people, the lower your cost will be. So cost per action, or CPA. So this is the average amount that you're paying for each action people take on your ads. So action equals whatever your end goal is. And we'll talk about this in the next video. We'll talk about, how to use the Facebook ad platform to really achieve your goal and what objectives to choose. But cost per action is really whatever the end goal is. So if your end goal is a sale, if your end goal is a lead for this specific campaign, if your end goal is, just a click to a blog post because you're running traffic to a cold audience, that's your CPA. That's your cost per action. So cost per click. This is the amount you're paying on average for each click on your ad. So average CPC is calculated as total cost for the ad divided by total clicks. So again, this could be clicks to a blog post, clicks to a landing page to opt in, clicks to a sales page, etc. Cost per 1,000 impressions, or CPM. So your average CPM is the amount you're paying on average for every 1,000 impressions of your ad. So this is calculated as total cost for the ad divided by 1,000 impressions. So CPM is used, maybe if you have a really small audience that you're retargeting and it's just, it's more cost effective to, pay on a CPM model. And we'll talk about that. Maybe you're running something like a branding video and you're just trying to get a message out and that's your end goal. That's when we'll start talking about CPM. If you've seen banner ads on the side of blogs or on different websites, usually if you go to buy that banner ad inventory from a site, you're going to pay per 1,000 impressions. So that is what CPM means, cost per 1,000 impressions. So we'll talk about conversions, and conversions are customer completed actions like purchasing or adding to a cart on a website. And again, that all depends on what the goals are for that specific campaign. But we'll talk about conversions in terms of, this campaign, generated, 1,000 leads or 1,000 conversions for our business. When we talk about a conversion, those are customer completed actions. So you guys are probably very familiar with the Facebook ad platform, even as just an end user. But just to make sure we're on the same page, the big box in the middle that has newsfeed pointing to it, those are newsfeed ads. And, that's as people scroll through their newsfeed, to look at different posts from their friends and family, we can place ads in the newsfeed. We're really interrupting the end user as they scroll. On the right-hand side, those are always ads. So the end user is more familiar with the right-hand side being advertisements. We run ads on both places, in the Facebook ad platform, and there are a few other placements that we will cover. But just so you know what I'm talking about when I reference newsfeed or right-hand side ads, a lot of people will say that, the right-hand side ads aren't as profitable because, people know that they're ads. That's definitely not true. Some of our highest converting ads have come from the right-hand side. So when we start to run ads, we'll place them in, all the possible scenarios, and we'll let the data tell us which placement is best for your specific ad and your specific targeting. So think of Facebook more as a display platform. You're putting your message in front of your audience. You can obviously specify your audience through targeting, but you're still interrupting them, right? It's more so like a radio ad or a television ad, where with Google, people are searching for a specific topic and you're hitting them while they're in the moment of that pain point. So with Facebook, we need to make sure we're not only creating compelling ads, but we're putting them in front of the right people and we're giving them a reason to click. So just to cover a little bit about the Facebook campaign structure. So when we set up a campaign, and right after this slide, we're actually going to hop into the Facebook platform and I'll show you around a little bit. But the Facebook campaign structure is very important for you to understand before we move forward, because this is how the ads will be set up. This is how they're structured, and this is why. So for every campaign you set up, think of the campaign as the umbrella, right? It's the overarching, it's the big, it's the first level, right? And really with the campaign, it corresponds to a single objective, like driving website traffic. So when you set up the campaign, the most important, first thing for you to decide is, what is the goal of this campaign? What is my objective? And we'll cover that in the next video. But that is the purpose of the campaign. The campaign is where you decide, what is my objective? Okay, I want to drive website clicks to the blog, or I want as many leads as possible. I want as many conversions as possible. Or maybe I want video views. And again, we'll cover that in the next video, but that is the purpose of the campaign. Within a campaign, you have ad sets. And so the purpose of the ad sets is to set the budget and to organize each set by audience. So each ad set can have different targeting. And that's very, very important. This is where you designate your targeting. So maybe in one ad set, we're running traffic to, different celebrities in the market. And maybe in one ad set, we're running ads to different magazines. And maybe in one ad set, we're running ads to, people who have opted into our email list. And maybe each ad set has a different budget. But really what's important to keep in mind and what makes each ad set different is that each one can have different targeting. So this is where we can test a message in different markets and put the message in front of different people and test to see who's going to respond best. So within each ad set, so we have campaigns and we have ad sets within the campaign. And then within the ad sets, we have actual ads. So each ad set can feature multiple ads that have different images, text, links, or videos. So you can still define creative targeting and bidding for each of your ads. But what's important to keep in mind is within each ad sets, what differentiates these ads is your copy and your images. This is where we can really start to test the messaging, right? So it's very important for you to understand the campaign structure. And once we get into the platform, it's going to make a lot more sense. But definitely study this graphic, take notes, and understand that, within a campaign lives ad sets, and within ad sets lives ads. And, with the campaign, that's your opportunity to tell Facebook what you want. What's my objective? With the ad sets, you're going to test things like targeting and budget. And with the ads, you're testing things like images and copy and really your messaging and even your bidding. So we'll get into this a little bit more later in the lesson. But now we're going to hop over into the ad platform. I really want you guys to get a feel for, what the Facebook ad platform looks like. This is actually called Business Manager, and it's something that you should definitely set up. And before we even hop in here, I want to show you a very, very important resource, facebook.com/blueprint. And this is actually a resource that Facebook just launched in March, and something that I was able to check out when I was, at their office. And so Blueprint is an educational resource that Facebook has created, and it's perfect for things like, how do I use Power Editor? Or, what are these different ad types within Facebook? And I'll show you the different courses. They have a lot to offer here. You'll notice there are different categories: introduction to Facebook, best practices, Facebook pages, purchasing ads, managing your ads, advertising objectives, targeting, campaign optimization, reporting and measurement, additional insights. So you'll find a lot of courses within these actual categories here. So we just talked about campaign structure. Here's, a 15-minute course on campaign structure. So keep in mind that a lot of this is going to be, very straightforward information. So you're not going to get the marketing information that you will find within this certification and within this mastery course. But this is a great resource for you to use if you're having trouble with the interface of the ads manager, or you don't know where to click, or you're having trouble with a pixel. Always refer back here to facebook.com/blueprint. So just to hop back over into Facebook, if you go to business.facebook.com, you can set up what Facebook calls a business manager account. And this is important because it will allow you to keep your advertising accounts and your different Facebook pages within one hub. And Facebook actually did come out in February and say that they wanted everyone to use Business Manager, and it's a great way to protect your account and to make sure Facebook knows you're a legitimate advertiser. So definitely set up a Business Manager account at business.facebook.com. Once you do so, you can hop into your actual ad account. So you'll see that these are the different campaigns, right? So, we hop into a campaign here. So this is the overarching campaign. You'll see the results here. And, this campaign is optimized for conversions, and those conversions are leads. And you'll notice that, we have different ad sets here. So like we talked about earlier, within a campaign lives ad sets, and within ad sets lives ads. So, you'll see here an ad set where we're targeting, our people, our warm audience, right? And then within here, you will see the actual ads, and you'll see the actual creatives and ad copy that we're using, for each ad and that we're testing. You'll notice things like, website clicks and leads, relevance score, which we'll talk about in the Facebook compliance video here within this lesson. But really what's important for you to do is to create an ad account if you don't have one and really get familiar. All of this takes time. It takes time to consume the data and to really feel your way around the platform. But it's really important for you to dive in and get a feel for what's going on. You'll see within, the advert set, we have these different ads. You can see the different targeting that we're using, the budget, the estimated daily reach. You'll see over here, your Facebook reports live in the left-hand side. Audience insights, we'll talk about this tool in the targeting video. Settings, billing, conversion tracking. This is where all of your pixels live. Power Editor is a tool that was built by Facebook. That's a great way to duplicate campaigns and to really use when you're creating, multiple campaigns and you're really running a lot of traffic. The Facebook Blueprint has a wonderful course on Power Editor. Account history, audiences, these are where, we upload our email lists, and we can go to check out our website custom audiences of people who have visited our website. But I really encourage you now, if you don't already, create a Facebook ad account, start to get familiar with the platform, and really make sure that you feel comfortable. And, most of the time you're not going to develop that comfort until you start running multiple campaigns and multiple ads. And don't worry, we will get there. But yeah, go ahead and hop in the platform. And in the next video, we'll talk about Facebook objectives and how to make sure your Facebook campaigns are really aligning with your business goals.